Hello, everyone, and thanks again for listening to this episode. Just a quick little something before you start this episode. For some reason, my audio is insanely quiet. Um, Normally, this isn't really an issue for me, and in general, except for that Callista's audio is insanely loud. So this is kind of just a warning before starting. So I don't really know how you would like to listen to this episode, because you may go deaf if you use headphones. um, so enjoy the episode.
Hello, welcome to the Projection Project. My name is Rain. I'm your super awesome, epic, and cool host, and today I have with me Callista.
Yippee!
Or I should have said back with me. Oh well, today I'm back with me. Anyway, welcome back.
Thank you.
How do you feel to be back?
It feels really good, and we're gonna be talking about shifting stuff this time. Yeah, because I remember last time I did an episode, it was on Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And it was in my old room too.
Years ago.
In my old room, not this room.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That felt like I remember filming that episode and everything, and that felt like literally yesterday, and that was New Year's.
It was New Year's.
Going into 2022.
Yeah. I remember us being super nervous too in the beginning, because that was like the first time I think we did a face-to-face talking thing.
Oh yeah! Yeah.
Now we're like without each other.
Yeah, I think that was like one of the. No, that wasn't one of the first episodes. I think that was like at least one of like the first 5 episodes, one of the first 5 or 6. Because it was still in like the first like year of like the podcast. That was insane. Anyway, yeah. So Callista's here to talk about shifting, like she said, instead of Marvel movies. So, I see a lot of people talk about this. Like, I haven't seen it in a bit, but there was at one point where I kept seeing a lot of, I guess, people who haven't shifted make video content like this, and they're like, hey, well, why did creators stop making like shifting story times? Like, I miss them. And then a lot of people in the comments like will agree. Have you seen those videos?
Yeah, I have. I see them like all the time. Personally, they kind of irritate me because I know exactly, well, it's probably not the exact reason why, but I have a pretty good idea why people just stopped posting content like that. And a lot of them also kind of falsely say that, oh, it's because they don't shift, it's because it's not trending anymore. That's not true. For the most part, it's not true. Obviously, there's some accounts that have drifted away from shifting and branched out onto other things. But I think the reason why that these creators don't make shifting stories anymore is because people keep taking them. And it's starting to become like a generalized experience. It's not as fun anymore. It's like the whole, oh my god, Clinton is in the vents. Oh my god, freaking Tony Stark did this, Tony Stark did that in my DR. It's like, it's not fun anymore. It's not unique anymore because you guys all took it. And it was originally a unique story, but now most of these creators are kind of like, what's it called? They're not as enthusiastic. No, that's not the right word. They're not as, what's the word? They just don't feel like posting shifting stories anymore because of that. It's very discouraging to like have your own personal experience be put out there and then have everyone be like, oh my god, I'm scripting that in. It's really, yeah, it's rude. It's kind of rude. It's kind of like you're taking this person's experience and making them as your own when you should focus. Here's my other point. Like, you shouldn't be demanding what kind of content should be pushed out by creators. That's another thing. You should, instead of worrying about like, oh, why aren't creators helping me motivate by giving me shifting stories, you should be focused on your own shifting journey and having your own experiences and your own shifting stories. Like, yeah, it's nice to have motivation, but it also shows that you're very reliant on TikTok, which is like top 3 things that you shouldn't do in your shifting journey, and it could possibly be a blockage, to be honest. To be very, very honest, you need to get off the app and actually focus on shifting itself. But yeah, that's my input on it. Why creators don't give shifting stories at all.
I definitely agree, because I think people like are now afraid to share like special moments like that, because then people think that they're gonna like take them like that. I think another reason is that people say that people are lying
That too.
with certain story times.
Yes.
Is that if it's not people taking story times, it is people posting a story time and people being like, that doesn't line up with this and this and this, so you're lying.
It's so
And listen, no, obviously they could be lying. There's always a chance that someone could be lying.
Yeah.
So obviously you could be right, but it's not fair if that's the first thing you ever see and you say that, well, that doesn't line up with this. You're lying. They could have changed something with the plot or with the character, so that's not fair for you to say that unless you do a little bit of research. I've been following for a while. Like, it's mean.
It's very mean, and it's also invalidating, kind of, when you say that about someone's experience. Like, you weren't there to see it. And this is from my personal thing. Like, it takes kind of a lot of courage to put stories like that out there already. Like, whenever I look at shifting stories of my own stuff, I'm like, wait, people are going to kind of find this stupid. They're not going to really believe it. I shouldn't feel that way. I should be able to comfortably share my shifting stories without having to be afraid of bombardment like that. Like, yeah, there's going to be that stray person that's like, this kind of sounds off. Okay, well, it's literally my DR. It's called a DR for a reason. Intended reality, desired reality. It's what I wanted. It's not what you wanted. It's what I wanted. And now I'm going to share it. So.
Like, I get, like, I also really like watching, like, shifting story times and hearing updates from people's DRs. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love hearing story times and stuff like that. Like, I love keeping up with, like, people's DRs, and, like, I think it's quite interesting. But that shouldn't be, like, the main motivator for you. Their story times about, like, a DR you're going to, because that's not what they're gonna be like for you, or that's not gonna be them. You're gonna have like your own version of whoever you're like going for, or whoever you're hearing about and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I had another thing I was gonna say about this. Oh, about like taking stuff. Yeah, obviously there are gonna be similarities like with stuff you script, and other similarities with stuff that happens, but that doesn't mean you should just full out take something from there. It's like, don't be unoriginal.
Yeah.
Please.
I feel like, what's it called? With shifting and stuff, and just everything in general, with having to be like nothing is really original nowadays. And I say that all the time, which is why I feel like I was so lenient. I think that's why I was so lenient when it came to people asking me about scripting. Like, oh, can I also kind of use this? Like, I was like, yeah, it's fine, because it's not really an original thing, like being scripted as a Greek god or whatever. But when you literally use, like, with the whole Asgardian tradition thing, it's a very specific thing that I really liked in my DR, how it's like, oh, we take a piece of the Bifrost and like we have someone put it in the engagement rings. That was really cute. I loved that. Someone verbatim took it. That's another thing. Don't take things verbatim. Just kind of make them your own. You don't need to be a carbon copy Callista or a carbon copy Rain. That's boring.
Yeah, it's to the point where, like, you know how you're talking about, you're kind of scared about, like, posting stuff? It's to the point where I've, like, thought about whenever I start posting content, like, what kind of stuff I'm gonna post, where I'm, like, scared to post any kind of, like, stuff that happens, because I'm afraid that people are gonna take it. And, like, to post about any, like, what kind of characters are like, or what stuff they're into, because I'm afraid that people are gonna say, oh, well, that's not, like, what they're like. I'm just afraid of, like, a lot of backlash comments.
Yeah.
And it's just, Shifttok is annoying.
Shifttok.
I'm sorry.
It is. It's a cesspool at this point where everyone has like this hive sheep mindset. You can keep this part in. I will say this proudly. A lot of Shifttok is honestly hive mind. It's bandwagoning at its finest, and it happens so fucking fast. And then the moment you backtrack, suddenly everyone is following you. Everyone. It's kind of sad. And it's the way that they kiss these creators' feet, like they worship them.
Because you're so right. I definitely agree.
They're like, I owe my everything to this. Like, why are you crediting them so much? They didn't do anything. All they did was look at the camera and is like, I believe you can do it. I know you can do it.
What do people get out of taking stuff from other creators? Like, why? Like, what is like the joy out of like, instead of like, obviously I get if you like stuff, but what's the point if you take literally everything? Like, I get like maybe taking like one thing, like.
It's jealousy. They want what you have.
Is it really?
It's literally just I feel like that's what it is. Like, they want to have the same experience as you, and they're like, why do you get to experience this and not me? I'm gonna take this. It's kind of like,
That's insane.
It's pathetic. It's where is
It's also like, I don't really talk about some scripting stuff, and I know some of our other friends are like, we don't really talk about some scripting stuff because we're afraid that people are gonna take it.
Mm-hmm.
And like some of it is like really like personal to me, like it only really fits me, so that's why I don't really want to talk about it.
Oh yeah, but people are gonna still take it.
Yeah,
it's
I still haven't talked about it, so
winning.
Off topic. Anyway, you have nothing else to say about the why creators don't give shifting stories anymore?
I don't, but watch me like.
You're gonna have more later.
It's gonna be so.
Going back to the first topic. Well, either we can talk about something kind of happy or something kind of sad. Which one?
Ooh, let's talk about getting habits from our DRs. Now that we're talking about the mental stuff about it. All
right, getting habits from our DRs.
I want to hear what do you think of that? Like, your thoughts on having habits. I think it's
cute.
You think it's cute?
The idea of like picking up habits, like I think I love like I remember I saw a TikTok post of someone tell me or comment all the habits you picked up from your DRs, and some of them were like really cute.
Oh yeah.
Like, I liked them. I liked reading the habits that people picked up. It was like a good like little shifting pick me up.
See, those are really good motivational stuff. I think, what's it called? You're basically living a whole other life, essentially. So, like, you're gonna get consumed by it. And I don't say this in a bad context. It's literally another life. You get consumed in life. It's gonna happen. God, I can't see that shit. Yeah. DR events are going to affect you the same way CR events are going to affect you. So whatever happens in your CR is probably still going to, like, what's it called? Go with you when you go to your DR. Unless you have it scripted, I guess, that, like, you don't remember that you shifted there. But that's... We're not talking about you then. Yeah. It's kind of little things like how you fold your bed, the way you do in your DR. Especially if you're with your significant other, like, you're used to having someone there to help you freaking put the sheets on and stuff. But now you have to do it by yourself, and you're struggling because you're literally only 4'11". Oop, not 4'11".
I'm actually 6'4".
I'm actually 6'4". I remember when I made 2 cups of coffee by accident. I was like, hello? Wait, who am I gonna give this to? Why did I use it? It was really embarrassing. And then, like, yeah, I guess I have to take 2 now.
2 straws.
2 straws. And then sometimes I'll go on my phone thinking, like, go through my contacts, and I'd be like, bro, where is this person's contact number? And I'm like, oh, wait. It's really embarrassing. It's so embarrassing to admit. But, like, yeah, it's just embarrassing to admit. I have no nothing else to say after that. There are also traditions and rituals and routines that'll slowly begin to melt with each other, you know? I think that one, I can't really generalize that one. That's going to be a very personal experience for everyone. It's going to be very different. how it's gonna be able to, like, what's it called, combine with, like, your everyday life here in this reality. Yeah, getting habits from your DRs, it is a possibility. If anyone says otherwise, they're boring, they're lame, and they don't know what they're talking about.
They're lying.
They're lying.
I think that I wonder what like kind of habits I'll pick up, because I have habits here. Like for example, I have a habit of like pushing out my glasses because my glasses fall down. I wonder if like glasses where like or DRs where I have glasses, I wonder if I'll keep that habit.
Or if you don't have glasses and you're pushing air.
I do that because like the way I push up like the circle and not the middle, and whenever I'm not wearing glasses, like
there you go. That's, oh my god, it's gonna happen. And then you're like, bro, what's wrong with you?
And then I have a habit of like playing with my hair. You've probably seen on Google Meets where I play with my hair. Like I go like this, and like I know it'll probably be a habit in like most of my DRs because I love playing with my hair.
There's also the personality aspect. You know how we were talking about how, like, because Mass Effect is a military setting, right? I'll give you guys an example. So there's this moment where I'm in this special, like, this special group of, I guess, a kind of class of soldiers that are really good at ambushing, right? And it's called Vex. And so the Vex needed someone to lead and to guide. The person that comes in is Nihilus, and everyone knows who Nihilus is, and I was gooped. So I looked to my friend who I had scripted in, and they looked back at me like I was crazy. Like, bro, what are you doing? You need to look straight. You need to look straight ahead. We're gonna get in trouble. I was expecting them to have the same reaction as me, because we all played the same game, like all three of us, but they didn't. I guess that's another thing. You'll have little habits. I think this is the one that everyone likes to make fun of too. I think it was either you or Liz who was like, watch me accidentally say like an audio in the middle of like, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Liz too.
Yeah. Like, I feel like people make fun of this, but it's a very real 100% possibility that could happen, where you'll say something that you repeat in your current reality. Like, what's an audio that you feel like you're gonna accidentally say? Oh,
whatever's on my mind.
Whatever's on your mind. 4 big guys. While we're driving, oh, you'll be like 4 big guys.
That's not what I was anticipating.
We'll be like, who are you?
4 big guys.
You're like, I'm talking about the 4 big Krogan that are literally in our car right now. I don't know what you're talking about. You like save it like super fast.
I instantly try and save it. I feel like one of you would laugh. Someone would laugh. 4 big guys. Yeah, I would call, dude, because I remember you telling me that you have to like mask like all the time. All the time. I feel like if you were ever to meet my DR self, you'd be thrown off. You wouldn't think we're the same person. But yeah. It's that. Those are the habits that you'll get from DR, and like vice versa. I feel like I will probably be too.
Yeah,
I'll probably be way more serious.
Yes, of course, because it's like you have to be serious in that kind of setting. That's why I feel like the whole thing where it's literally the MCU, right? It's Marvel. People don't have a grasp of how serious it is. Like, you're not walking the fucking red carpet. You're not doing PR shit. You're not gonna be doing interviews like that. It's all very confidential information, confidential missions. Why would you be talking about them in an interview with TMZ? It's so stupid. That's literally government affiliated, you know?
You would like only be walking like red carpet stuff if you were like King T'Challa.
Yeah, King T'Challa or Emma Frost. Emma Frost was on the red carpet.
Yeah, like there's like, yeah.
Yeah.
There's obviously exceptions, but I'm like, listen, if you were like Steve Rogers, you would not be. I mean, okay, Steve Rogers is also a bad example. God damn it.
I don't think Natasha Romanoff would be doing that.
Yeah, there we go. I was like, Steve Rogers was a bad example, but
Natasha and Bucky are very extremely private, recluse people, but they don't have a grasp of that, I guess. Unless they script that they willingly want to do that stuff, then I guess by all means, but
I feel like Hogwarts, I can be a little bit more like silly because I'm obviously. I think that's the only DR where I stay my age.
that's the only one where I'd be
also because like I'm in university. I stay my age. Everyone else around me is my age.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think X-Men. Oh, I'm only like a year or two older, but everyone else is older than me, so I kind of have to like quote unquote be mature.
Yeah. It's also with certain characters too. I feel like there's some characters I'm comfortable like not being super
more silly with, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Because like obviously with Marvel, like I can't go and be like silly willy with like I don't know.
With Peter, you could.
Yeah, like
Loki, you kind of can. Thor, you can for sure.
I can't go be silly willy with Doctor Strange. Like
absolutely fucking.
The only thing I could go. Nope, I'm not gonna go. But like, you can only be like silly with like certain people or like people you're really close to. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, yeah. Anyway, do you have any other more?
Mental repercussions, which is a very touchy subject because it's kind of serious, I guess. Because you know how we talk about how you can take trauma from your DR, which is why everyone always advises that you don't script anything super crazy, with the exception that it's a experience that mirrors whatever happens in your CR. Like this also kind of goes back to the whole like plagiarism thing that we were talking about earlier, how like a lot of my experiences I don't script, you know that. So my subcon, I let my subcon do most of the work, and my subcon always without fail so far has taken me to DRs where a lot of my experiences mirror stuff that happened to me here personally, which is also why I don't want people taking my experiences, you know. That's like my baggage. You did not go through what I went through. It's identity theft. Like
not identity theft.
I don't think people emphasize enough the mental repercussions of shifting. And not just like shifting itself, it's also the process of shifting, because you can get consumed by it and it'll really like test your patience like a lot. And I've noticed that I'm not going to name the account because they're not a shifting account anymore. So I found a comment that they made under a video, I forgot what, and they talk about how shifting literally was detrimental to their mental health. And I'm like, girl, that's on you. Like, everyone told you not to get consumed by it and that it shouldn't be like 1000% your priority. Shifting should come with a little warning. It should always come with a warning. But everyone likes to glorify it so much. They don't want to talk about like the things that, how it can, what's it called? Affect your mental health a lot and get in the way of things that actually fucking matter, you know? That's what the process. I don't know if we're going to keep this one because this one's kind of dark. You want to know what my notes are? I'll just tell you what my notes are. But it's like, I'm jumpier than normal and I'm more aware of my surroundings, like very mindful of my surroundings now, even though I really have no reason to, I guess. A lot of increased paranoia. Yeah, we're probably not going to talk about that. I know we said mental repercussions. I forgot what we were going to talk about when it comes to mental repercussions. Unless you have notes on it.
I remember, but my dogs are barking. Like my dogs keep barking, which is why I have my mic off.
Okay.
It was about watching and reading stuff after shifting, like
rewatching,
playing, rereading.
Yes.
After going somewhere, because people say it's like a completely different experience.
It's very weird because you'll be watching the movie and you'll be expecting like something that you saw that happened in your DR that 1000% didn't happen in the movies, and you're like, oh wait, yeah, that wasn't canon. That was literally just my DR. And then, whenever we're talking about like Mass Effect or I feel like it's mostly Mass Effect, where I'll say something and then I'm like, oh wait, that's not really, they don't really say that in any, they don't say it in the wiki, there's no comic about it, there's no explanation for it, so it's technically not canon, it's just something in my DR. Like, we'll just have a conversation about Mass Effect.
Yeah, that's happened a few times.
And you're like, oh wait, there's no real explanation for that. Like, it'll come with stuff like the Cabals for the Turians. They don't really go into depth what happened in the Cabals, but I'll tell you, I know, I've quote unquote seen what happens in the Cabals. I've seen and heard about what happens because I've had a Turian teammate before. But you can search the entire internet, even like the official BioWare website, they don't talk about it. So when you go through I feel like with Marvel, it's not as bad, but with like something as niche as like Mass Effect or Ruby, where there's not a lot of lore out for it, a lot of the gaps will start to fill themselves when you shift. So it's a very weird feeling to like be a part of it versus like coming here and consuming it as an audience, as a reader, as a watcher, as an audience. Like I said, it's just a very...
Yeah, I think in like my mind, there's gonna be a lot of gaps that I want to be filled, and also like with But yeah, I think with like with Mass Effect and Dragon Age, I think there's like a lot of stuff that I like, gaps I want to be filled.
Yeah.
Like I want to know more about, and like for like example with Mass Effect, like you already know this, but obviously everyone else does. The planet that I'm from is like listed on the BioWare like wiki, but it doesn't say like what system it's in at all. So I don't know where the planet is at all. So I cannot wait to find out where it actually is.
It's in the Hades Gamma. That's where it is.
Well, like, it obviously has to go somewhere in like Systems Alliance space.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it could be somewhere in Hades Gamma, but like, I don't know. It's probably like not on like any of like the actual maps. I don't know. We'll find out. But like, I would like an answer. I feel like there was stuff like from Dragon Age that like I really badly wanted answered, and now I like can't remember what I was gonna talk about.
Well, with Dragon,
like seeing stuff like that is not like shown in any of the games, like countries. Like I cannot wait to see stuff. Seeing stuff that is like never like that's talked about, but we never actually see it, and even things like in other like franchises, like in Harry Potter, for example, like you could go and see like Ilvermorny or Bobattens or Durmstrang.
Yeah.
And like I just use Harry Potter as an example. But like I would love to go see like stuff like that.
You can literally widen your horizons too with that, which I feel like people don't do. They don't get creative anymore. Like, why is there no professor who teaches like no wand magic at Hogwarts? Wouldn't that be so cool? So, like, learn
wand magic?
Hands or without a wand.
A wandless magic?
Yeah.
You do. No.
No, there's no
professor. Well, yeah, you don't learn it. Yeah, I was thinking of wordless magic. It's because wandless magic is super fucking advanced, and even adults don't really learn it.
Literally,
like, you kind of just have to learn on your own. But
no, in Japan, that's what it's the oh my god, the Japanese do it in the Wizarding World. Japanese, and then people in Africa do it too, and then also I'm pretty sure. Oh no.
No, I said they're OP.
Oh, and then I think Ivermony does it too, because Ivermony, which is the American school, Ivermony's kind of new, but it has to do with a lot of Native American magic or Native American, like,
Folklore and like
folklore and traditions.
the Thundercat slate.
Thunder. Yeah. There's just so many places, like other schools in other places of the world that no one talks about. And then some of those places that don't have schools, they just teach it because it's part of their culture, it's part of their tradition. Which is why I think the schools that are in Europe are very B-tiered.
I think, okay, well, like, I'm lucky, and the wand that I have is perfectly suited for wandless magic. It's the best suited, actually, for wandless magic.
Mine was, it had laurelwood, and apparently if you're not the owner of the wand, lightning strikes you.
Oh my god. But is your wand easily won over in a battle? Is your wand flexible?
I don't know. Let me look at my... Oh my god, you're making me pull up my fucking script.
Because if your wand is flexible, that doesn't mean fucking shit. But if it's brittle, then you're bingo, bango, bongo, good to go.
Bingo, bango, bongo, good to go. Let me find my script. I hate that you're making me find
Wait, you probably sent it to me. Oh, wait, but it's probably really deep in our conversations. Oh, God, you may have to resend me all that garbage. Because I never scripted everyone into my marauders.
Oh, I have it here. Is this it? Yeah, it's laurelwood. Oh, yeah, fuck. It's rigid.
What does that mean?
It's rigid. You just... Oh no.
Wait, I'm looking.
A rigid flexibility means that the wand will only give its loyalty to an owner who faced a great personal tragedy. Good practice for magic, but not good with magic that's frivolous and silly. The owners are cautious and are slow to trust, but are usually not unkind. They prefer to be left alone so they can do what they want to do regardless of what... Yeah, that's what it says.
I'm trying to remember what mine is. I think mine's brittle.
Is yours brittle?
Mine is... It's either brittle or unyielding, and brittle is a wand with this flexibility tends to attach itself quickest to owners who have insecurities. And its level of loyalty is often dependent on how loyal the owner is to it. Listen, I'm a loyal bitch, okay?
Yeah.
That is my baby.
But you're not a Hufflepuff. Oh no, that was really bad. I'm sorry.
I'm like, that's great. It's either unyielding or brittle. Let me look. It's brittle.
It's brittle?
So yeah. Yep.
Yours is insecurity. Mine is tragedy. Together we are unstoppable.
Together we are unstoppable. My wand fits me really well. That's why I love wand lore, because I actually think it's quite fascinating. But fuck JKR.
Fuck JKR.
Anyway.
No, you should expand. You should start, oh my god, this is so...
This is why I said I wanted to be a wand maker in my Marauders DR.
You start, like... Oh, I'm telling you, you need to capitalize on that. I feel like... You know how crystals and gems have energy in them? You can start infusing them into wands. And obviously, yeah.
Big brain!
Because in my DR for Harry Potter, I have, like, we illegally modify brooms. Like, you know how it's like...
Why are you always modifying shit in all your DRs? You're like, anyway, here are these blickies.
Yeah, I love because I'm like, they're like, oh my god, you know what the fastest broom is? And I'm like, it's not on the market. I can tell you that. But, yeah. See, it's not hard to get creative with your script, people. Oh my fucking... It's not people. Oh god, we're not talking... It's not that hard to get creative with your script. And don't be afraid to, like, you know, kind of world build on your own either.
Okay, do you have... I feel like I want to say about the mental repercussions. Or maybe, like, getting habits. I wonder about what kind of habits I'll pick up from, like, my ideas. Because I remember some of them, I know I'll definitely pick this up. As I'm going to pick up wand twirling. Because whenever... I know how to twirl wands now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I twirl pens and pencils. Even in high school I did it. And that makes me sound like some old shit. And back in my time,
Oh.
but like I twirl like now like at work I'll twirl the really long spoons.
Mm.
I know twirling I will twirl my wand out of habit. Like I already know what's happening.
What's wrong with
Just because I need something to occupy my hands.
that?
I don't know about any other ones, and then obviously I'll twirl.
Oh, I started military rolling my clothes instead of actually folding and hanging them. I guess.
Really?
Yeah, here I'll show you.
Outdoor.
That's it. It's mainly for my workout clothes, but oh, this looks atrocious right now. But like, I started rolling them.
Oh, I roll my clothes.
I've never rolled them before, and then I saw how much more efficient it was when they forced us to do it in the Alliance. And I was like,
I roll my t-shirts, but I fold my pants.
it's standard. You have to do it, especially because you're gonna go to space. Everything needs to be as compressed as possible.
Fuck the Alliance. No, just kidding.
Oh wait,
dude,
now you're gonna be in the Alliance.
But I'm in an Alliance family though, so I can't say.
Oh.
Because my father works for the Alliance.
Contraband too. Okay, but like, can I tell you something? All 4 of us have brought contraband.
What is that?
Contraband, like things that you're not allowed to bring that go with regulation.
LOL. I'm not surprised.
So
like, anyway, illegal weapons.
Illegal. Stop. Illegal weapons. Sometimes it's snacks that's not allowed on there.
Snacks.
Yeah, there's certain snacks that are not allowed that are not allowed in space.
But James can bring tequila on the ship, and it's just fucking fine.
Yeah, alcohol is okay. All alcohol is fine as long as it meets. Like the stuff in the bar, the snacks that you can eat are peanuts.
What if I was allergic?
Huh?
Wait, Haley is allergic.
Yeah, Haley is allergic, so Haley doesn't get snacks.
That's some bullshit.
What do you think Haley's contraband is?
Snacks.
It's snacks. It's pretzels. She has a whole stash. And then, for me, ooh, I have a lot of.
You're like, anyway.
I feel like what do I have? I'm like, don't snitch, but we never snitch.
Yeah, we ain't gonna snitch. Snitches get stitches.
I got Alien Zaza. Alien Zaza. I do have like a small thing of red sand. Cause I was curious. I was just curious. Okay, I was a little curioso. Red sand is not addictive, by the way. I don't think it's What?
After ME2, you're like, yeah, let me try this.
I wanted to try. I'm like, wait, it's kind of good. Zaza. Oh, a lot of little trinkets that don't meet.
That are just cute. You're like, how come Shepard gets to have a whole ship case and fish and a hamster?
No, not cute trinkets. It's like, hey, that could blow up if you don't properly. Cause I'll be, oh my god, this happened during like the coup. We had to go through my room, and they're like, "What is this?" It's literally like a muzzle. It's like a muzzle for my shotgun because I wanted to see if I could increase the spread of the choke. And she was like, "This is." It's like because I forgot to clean it that day too because I was like, "Yay, Shirley!" So it's all literally just a mess of like tools and like miscellaneous explosives and like guns ripped apart and literally like the skeleton of a rocket inside there, like a little mini missile rocket. I was like, don't mind that. Let's just go find your clone right now.
Not Shepard being like, what is this? You're like, nothing.
It's nothing. It's a science project. It's a science project for school. Yeah. How did we get to this topic? Wait.
Mental. Oh, we were talking about habits, and you said you like to steal stuff.
Wait, yeah, I am a klepto. I am a fucking klepto in all my DRs.
I'm trying to think of other stuff I may pick up. I just know that wand twirling will be one.
Wand twirling.
And then I know that the glasses one will stay in both my Harry Potter one, and then the hair twirling.
I know someone in the group mentioned embarrassing ones where they were like literally making fun of me. They're like, Callista, do you just like use your hands in the air because you think you have power?
I know people have talked about trying to use their powers here, and I'm like, don't remind me that I might try that, okay?
It's kind of embarrassing, but also it's just a thing that you don't talk about because it's embarrassing, but it's very true. But
just
like people with laser vision, when they get mad, they just and they're like, oh wait, why am I staring at you so hard?
That's so funny.
Those are the habits. Oh my god.
I feel like I had like more, and now I just don't remember.
Yeah, we had so much when we talked about this, but now it's like
Grandma memory. Oh, it'll probably be like, oh my god, I hope I have this on me, and then I'm like, wait, I don't have this here. It'll be something like that, where I'm gonna try and look for something. Like, it'll be like my wand, or like my lightsaber, or like something like that.
I think that one's valid. That one's not that bad.
Like looking for something like on you?
Yeah, I don't carry. Let's see. Well, we can talk about like how skills can translate.
Oh yeah, like learning stuff?
Yeah, I think that's a lot more complicated. You know that, have you seen Kingsman before?
Like the Kingsman Service movies?
Yeah.
I love those movies.
Okay, so you know how in the second movie Colin Firth was like, he had his memories back, but the muscle memories weren't there. So when he tried to do his little fighting tricks, they never landed because his muscle memory never returned with him, with his memories.
Is that what it's like?
That's literally what it's like. Like, I can't do a 360 no scope freaking flip ever.
360 no scope.
Like, I can.
Yeah, I think I'd be afraid to try some stuff. Like,
in my DR, I can pick up a whole ass truck. But if I try to do that here, I'm gonna look crazy.
Try to do a backflip.
Yeah, try to do a backflip. I physically cannot. But if you're talking about more practical skills that are more realistic, you're gonna have to learn it like any other skill, I guess you could say. That
comparison was so good.
What?
I'm still thinking about that. The Kingsman one.
Oh yeah, it was really good. My favorite scene was the church scene. That was crazy.
I love those movies.
Like that one girl, I'm not gonna say their name. She made that TikTok where she's like, in the middle of my test. And then she like looks to the camera, so like, do you know what I'm talking? I don't think that's real. I don't think that's true. I don't know how I feel about that. Also, shifting is not putting your subconscious into another reality. It's being aware of that other reality.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That is how it... Did I word that?
I don't know, man. I haven't shifted. So, this has been an episode.
It's been an episode.
This has been an episode, I guess. Thank you, Callista, for being back on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
This was fun. We should hang out more. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I don't know how to end this. I'm so bad at it. Everyone have a good day.
Watch the other episodes.
Yeah, watch the other episodes. What do
follow
you
Rain's YouTube?
If you've only watched this one. Yeah, follow. You're doing way better at doing than I am. If you guys haven't seen, haven't heard, Production Project does have a YouTube channel. Go ahead and follow. I'm pretty sure it's if you can't find it, it's Projection Project 1111. I'm pretty sure is the handle. The profile picture is what it is on Spotify. And I've posted all of the episodes on there if you guys would like to follow or listen on there instead of Spotify or Anchor, because a lot of people were asking for it. I should have done that like the past episodes, but I forgot that I had put on Spotify. Yeah, follow on YouTube if you haven't.
Smash that like button.
Those,
Follow it.
yeah, I sound like one of those cringy YouTubers. Smash the like button, subscribe, comment your favorite episode down below. Comment your favorite person who's been on the podcast and who you'd like to see.
Who you don't want to see again.
Yeah, comment who you don't want to see ever again. Comment the person you hated the most.
It's why is she here? Get her!
Whoa! Get her out of here! Anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. With me and Callista trying to be kind of sophisticated and normal and not goofing off. It didn't work out.
It did not.
Anyway, stay tuned for an episode soon. I mean, I posted the other episode 2 months ago. I did better, okay, than last time where I didn't post for several months. My bad. Anyway, goodbye.